So in this video, I'm going to show you the best attachments for the As Val. So as you can see, I have 4 different loadouts here, and we're going to start with the low level loadout. So when it comes to the optics, it's all personal preference. I know not everyone has the same taste, so you can go with whatever optic you want. In this case, I have the Kepler Microflex, but for the barrel, we have the suppressed long barrel. And the reason why I went with this is because obviously it gets you off the map and it gives you some damage range. And the type of weapon the As Val is, you're going to want as much damage range as possible. And next we have the vertical foregrip. You really can't go wrong with the vertical foregrip. It gives you a good amount of horizontal recoil control. And once again, the type of weapon the As Val is, which is an assault rifle, you want that horizontal recoil control because it's a real good weapon to use at range and at long range at times. Next we have the extended mag 1. Now the As Val starts off with 25 rounds. That's not a lot, and the extended mag 1 at least gives you 30. In this case, you're going to be low level if you're using this low level loadout, so that's the best you're going to probably be able to get. I don't think you take a huge hit to mobility, but you still get those 5 rounds, which is really handy considering you only have 25 shots. And then lastly we have the assault grip. This simply gives us some sprint to fire speed. This weapon shoots quick. You're not going to really want to engage people at long range with this weapon as much, but it can if you want. I like to run and gun with it, so having that sprint to fire speed is really helpful. Next we have the all-out meta loadout. So this isn't with the primary gunfighter, but this is all the best attachments on the game. So starting off, we got the vertical foregrip. Of course, this is probably the best underbarrel attachment you can get for this weapon. And then next we have the extended mag 2. So earlier I mentioned how the extended mag 1 was good, but the only reason why I said that is because if you're at a low level, you really won't be able to get the extended mag 2. But the extended mag 2 is probably the best way to go because it's in between 1 and 2, obviously. It gives you 10 more rounds than the extended mag 1. And then if you go down and look at the extended mags 3, this only gives you 5 more rounds than the extended mags 2. So that's kind of wasting mobility at that point. So the extended mag 2 is perfect for this. And then we have the commando grip. We got some ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. We need that for the assault rifle. And then we have the combat stock. The reason why I like this stock is because you got that flinch resistance, of course, and then you have the aim, walk, and movement speed. And then lastly, we have the recoil springs. Now this is probably one of the best fire mods you can get on most guns. If you have a weapon that already fires quickly, recoil springs is probably the best way to go 9 out of 10 times. Next we have the meta loadout with 8 attachments. This is with the primary gunfighter. So first we have the Aku spot reflex. Now obviously this is personal preference, but for the barrel we have the suppressed reinforced barrel. The reason why we went with this one because it gives us bullet velocity on top of the damage range, which in my opinion is the best way to go. And of course we have the vertical foregrip. You already know why I chose that. And then we have pretty much the same attachments as the normal meta loadout. The only thing that we added was the target laser, and this gives us aim and idle sway delay and a plus on the aim, walk, and steadiness. And all this comes at the cost of your laser being visible, so keep that in mind. And lastly, we have what I like to call an aggressive loadout. This is for people that like to play really aggressive with this weapon and want to rack up as many kills as possible. So for the first attachment, we actually have the Ranger foregrip instead of the vertical foregrip. And the reason why I went with this one was because it gives us some horizontal recoil control, but it also gives us some sprinting movement speed. And that's going to help us play a lot more aggressive. And next we have the extended mag 1. Now, you might be asking, why didn't I go with the flip mag? It doesn't really hit your mobility. But once again, this gun only starts off with 25 rounds. I got to go with the extended mag 1, but I just don't want the mobility hits 2 and 3. So I think extended mag 1 is perfect for this. And next we have the rear grip. Now for this one, I went with the CQB rear grip. Now the reason why I went with this is because we have the dive to fire speed, the slide to fire speed, and the sprint to fire speed. Everything gets a boost as far as movement, and that's what we need for this aggressive loadout. You're going to want to be able to move as quick as possible and shoot quick as possible, and I think this helps with that. And next we have the infiltrator stock. This gives us some aim and walk and movement speed, just makes us a little quicker. And then lastly, of course, we have the recoil springs. Once again, this is probably the best fire mod you can have on any assault rifle. Having more accuracy always helps. So since we took a look at every loadout, let's take a look at the recoil patterns and see how the attachments actually affect the weapon. So first we have the low level loadout. If you notice, as soon as I started shooting, it went to the right and then it went back over to the left. It was sort of a snake pattern. Alright, next we have the meta loadout. As you can see, almost the exact same pattern. Not much has changed. Now we have the meta loadout with 8 attachments. And lastly, we have the aggressive loadout. Okay, so with that aggressive loadout, it seemed like it went way more to the right. Most of them went along the same path, which is surprising because when I shot the AK, it had sort of a different pattern depending on what loadout I shot. With the As Val, it really didn't change much at all. It literally went along the same line. But that's going to be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know by hitting that like button. And if you really enjoyed the video, maybe even try hitting that subscribe button. I make videos like this all the time. With all that being said, I'll see you in the next video.